Yeah. This? That? Hello, hello, hello? Okay. Can anybody hear me? Hello, hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. Yes. I do this and then I do this. Yeah. Got it. Thanks, bud. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, welcome for your first book club. Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing on this lovely Sunday day? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's all good. Some people didn't finish. Well, guys, how's it going? How's everyone doing? This is our first live stream with the new camera. So it should look better than it has in the past. So that's good. Oh yeah, Christine, you didn't end up finishing it. Yeah, it's a long book. It's a long book. Oh, really? Oh, that's so interesting. I just assumed he was a writer first and then was like an artist on the side. I didn't realize that he was an artist first. I guess that makes sense because his art is really cool. Morella is joining us today. Hello, Morella. How are you? She enjoyed this book because it was about demons, and she is, in fact, a demon herself. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? She's like, don't touch me. Hello, hello. Hello. Good. I'm glad you guys liked this read. It's it was a long one, so I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how it was going to go for everyone, but it seemed like most people who read it did enjoy it. So that's good. Yeah, I can see why his art is fantastic. These pictures in here, when you get to the middle and you get to see the characters, I love that. This Davy and Billy, so spooky. Like, look at that. So creepy. Hi guys, it's been a minute since we've done book club, huh? It has been a minute. It's gonna be kind of, I don't know how this book club is gonna go though. I feel like it's kind of a, I don't know. To me, it seemed like I took less notes on this book than I typically do. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. Who, Marilla? Yeah. Oh my God, she would love that. She would love to have souls to worship her. Oh, that's good. So you read it pretty quickly. I read it pretty slowly throughout the month, so it did feel, and then there at the end I couldn't put it down, so I finished it the last few hundred pages quickly, but it took me a long, I was in the world for a long time, so Oh, really? Yeah, I was wondering if the Kindle version would leave the art out or not, because I started reading, I think it was Slewfoot on Kindle, and I ended up just buying the book. And then when I got the book, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I got it and didn't read it on Kindle. Yeah, I didn't realize he also had, we were looking at his books during the movie night, and he actually has like quite a lot of books that I didn't realize. You guys want to hear the best sound in the world? Oh, yeah. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad you guys liked this one. It surprised me. Yeah, I do feel like I have to go back and read. Well, I still haven't finished Krampus yet even. I'm pretty behind on on some books. I need to catch up on some books. So, hopefully I can do that this month. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, I had no idea that he was an artist first. Oh, yes, that's the one someone mentioned, the child thief one. I think it was during movie night we were talking about the child thief one. I think, or maybe it was just, I don't know. Very interesting. Well, guys, before we jump into this one, let's roll our category for next month's book club. Look at this. Look at what my husband did. He set it up so it just look at oh, look. Oh, cool, huh? Oh no, it's not working. Wait, why isn't it working? It's not spinning. No. Wait, we might have a problem because that's what. Darn it. Those are movies, I think, from movie night. Shoot, so how do I fix that? How can I fix that? Okay. And of course he ran to the store. Let me text him really quickly. Maybe he didn't leave yet. Okay, we'll do that in a minute then. Just kidding. I thought everything was all set up and ready to go, but it's me, so of course I'm gonna run into a few issues here. Hey, so when you did this one, I like if you click on it, it's the one that was already up there and it's not showing the you get what I'm saying? Like how would I redo it to this one?
Can you delete it and re-add it?
Yeah, but what do I do? Delete this? Remove?
Yeah. And then the plus sign down there.
This?
Hit display capture.
I don't see that.
It's like Mac OS display. You got two of them right here. Screen capture. Okay. And then click here. And click that one. And okay. And then move your camera up.
Move my
This.
camera.
Move it above.
Oh, I see.
Or drag that one down. Either way. There you go.
Okay. open it on my phone to see if it's, make sure it's working.
It's working.
How is my phone on silent and it's still playing ads? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was coming up on here. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, sorry. You guys know I'm not good with... Okay, that's right. I'm not good with technology kind of stuff, so... Okay, so here's the categories for movie night. I mean, not movie night, sorry. Book club. Oh, maybe it was you that was talking about the child thief one. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Okay, so can you guys see the list? I think you can, because I'm looking at the live stream right now, but just to make sure. Can you guys see the list of book club categories? Okay, cool. Then I will... Hello, demon. Film it. Morella, do you mind moving for just one moment? Come on. Okay, so this will be our category for our next... Come on. Book club. Okay, so let me shuffle... Our next category will be... Ooh, this is a good one. Cosmic horror. Okay, I will put that on Instagram so people who couldn't make the live can still see it. And then I'm back here. Cool. So cosmic horror, yeah. This is the one for next month. So at the end of book club, you guys can think of your cosmic horror categories, and at the end of book club, we will get recommendations for next month as well. Oh yeah, for this month? Okay, so let's jump into it. Is there anybody here that hasn't read the book? Usually I give synopsises. This one's going to be a little bit hard because there's so, I mean, it's like a 500-page book. There's so much going on in the story. So I don't think my synopsis is going to be as thorough as it usually is. But I will do my best. Interested to see what people pick for that one. The cosmic horror one. Because I can really only think of... Yeah, it'll probably be a book that I've never read before because I have not read many cosmic... I mean, the only one that I can think of that comes to mind is like Annihilation, which I guarantee somebody will recommend. Well, that's a good question. Let's bring her up. According to this, it says cosmic horror is a subgenre focusing on fear of the unknown, the insignificance of humanity, and the fragility of sanity. It's pretty open-ended. I mean, I feel like most of these categories you can kind of take them how you want. You know what I mean? I don't think that anybody will be too upset if it's something outside of the genre, you know? It's just whatever your interpretation is. We have existential dread and insignificance, The incomprehensible, fragility of sanity, forbidden knowledge, atmosphere over gore. Man, this desk is so squeaky. So, whatever you think. Yes, or Bruises on a Butterfly. That was another one that I've read as well. That is definitely cosmic horror, but yeah. That was a good one. Okay. So I'll do my best to summarize it, but just know that there's going to be a whole lot of stuff that I leave out because this book is just very action packed. Okay. So you have a dude. His name is Chet. And, well, the book opens, I guess, with a little ghost boy in a graveyard who's scared of other ghosts that he sees, and they kill a rabbit or something. Then we have Chet, and he, I believe, is recently out of jail, if I'm not mistaken, and he goes to find his pregnant girlfriend, and he wants her to run away with him. So at first she's apprehensive, but then he's like, no, I've changed. Come with me. And on their way out, her dad catches them, her dad and his friends, and he ends up running one of them over. And the only place that he can think of to go is his grandmother's house, who his family has been pretty apprehensive to let him have out a relationship with when he was younger. But now that he's older, he's like, I'm going to go to my grandma's house. And his grandma, I think there's multiple ways to pronounce her name. Either Lamia or Lamia. But anyway, the second I saw that, I was like, oh, well, this isn't going to be good. that I feel like is the only thing about stories that have characters from, like, say, Greek mythology or whatever, is you kind of have a feeling of what's going to happen before it happens. But anyway, the second he introduces grandma, I was like, well, this isn't going to be good. So they go to stay with his grandmother. Sometimes my notes are not that good. They go to stay with his grandmother, and his grandmother ends up killing him. And once he dies, he becomes aware of all of these little children ghosts around her property, like hundreds of children ghosts that she has murdered throughout the years. And then he finds that kid that was hiding in the very beginning of the book. And I guess first he meets this angel who says that he must go through, it's purgatory, right? Like, it's not hell. I'm pretty sure it's purgatory. He must go through purgatory to find his grandfather to get a key to help his pregnant wife, who now he realizes is in trouble because he brought her to his grandmother who just murdered him. So then the kid in the graveyard tells him how to get to the underworld, and then it's like 300 pages of just mayhem. But that's kind of our basis of the story. I don't think I've read the Dead Space novels. I'm not sure what those are. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As soon as you see her name, you're like, well, this can't be good. However, the first scene, okay, so this is what I'll say. The first scene with the little dead boys, very spooky. I was very spooked. I was like, this is going to be so fun. And I thought that the story was going to continue with, like, witches and stuff. I mean, I guess I kind of had a feeling that he was going to some sort of underworld, but I wish that we did get a little bit more of her as a witch, because, man, those were my favorite parts of the story. She was just so creepy, and the little kids were so creepy, and she just killed them all, and they just followed her around. was just, I really loved that beginning scene. And I love Greek mythology, but I hate, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a fan of, oh my gosh, I can never remember this word. Like, magic and stuff, dragons and that kind of stuff. I'm not a big fan of that. And so once we got to the underworld, I was like, ooh, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this, because it did feel a little bit more on fantasy. That's the word I'm looking for. It did feel a little bit more on the fantasy side. And I guess there's not really a difference, except for in Greek mythology, there's typically like a reason something happens. Like, for example, just off the top of my head, so this might not be 100% accurate, but from what I remember, like Persephone gets pulled to the underworld and her mom is upset about it. Who's her mom? Demeter? I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've taken any Greek and Roman mythology classes, but anyway, they compromise, and the compromise is that she gets to come up from the underworld twice a year, and it was their way of understanding why crops only grow sometimes a year. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's more than just like a fantasy story. And so going into it, I was a little bit nervous that this book was going to be more fantasy based, and I wasn't going to be able to get into it the way that I would like Greek mythology. But it turned out to be very, the storytelling is freaking phenomenal. I feel like he could write about anything and I would be invested into it, which is pretty surprising because I do not like fantasy whatsoever. Man, I really got to take better notes. Yeah, I guess that doesn't matter. So Chet learns that his father murdered his own children and sold their souls to Lucifer, supposedly. And so that's who he has to go to get this key from. Murdered his own children, traded their souls, his own children's souls, for Lucifer's favor. So, nice guy, nice guy. Okay, tell me, did this book give you guys a freaking existential crisis? The descriptions of this underworld freaked me out. Freaked me out. This like purgatory that they're stuck in. Oh my gosh, I had so much existential dread reading this. It just was tough. Oh yeah, Chet sees his grandmother over his own dead body. Yeah. And the two the Davy and Billy kids are so spooky, so creepy. Oh. Yeah, had I not known her name, I probably wouldn't have thought that she was evil in the beginning either. Oh. Yeah, that would work, right? I don't even know what those Dead Space video games. I don't know. I don't know what anything is. Yeah. So Brom's, yeah, he's just on one mission. And then he meets all of these side characters. That's so interesting that you guys both felt like that. Like it was a Western. That's so interesting. I guess I honestly don't know if I've ever seen like any Western movies. That's really interesting though that you guys both felt that way. Yeah, he does have a really great ability to just bring, I mean, he world building in a novel like this, a complete underworld. I mean, people try to do it, you know, but I feel like a lot of the times it's not as, I mean, that's a lot of work to build an entire underworld, and he has rules, and he has, you know what's going to happen. It's just, it's incredible what he does, regardless of if you liked the way that the story went, you know, like maybe you're not a big fan of this purgatory idea or whatever, or like fantasy or whatever, but man, his world building is just unreal. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think we'll definitely touch on that too, especially when it comes to the babies. But yeah, how interesting, right? That if you believe in something, that's what makes you wind up there. Yeah, I don't know. But it's not hell, right? Like it's purgatory. They're not in hell yet. Or am I wrong? Oh no, was the chat not working for you? Yes, it read like a movie for sure. Yep, I could picture everything too. Yeah, and that's so impressive. And then having the added visuals, you got to see what he saw. That was even more awesome because you get to the end and, like obviously I could visualize kind of like the spider lady, but that's obviously not how I envisioned her. So it was cool to see kind of like the artist rendering of these characters as well. Yeah, there were just so many cool parts of the story. All the different characters were really neat, everyone that we came across. And that's another thing that I really liked about it because you had characters that came in for little bits and then they were just out of the story. And I don't know, the story felt to me like kind of a metaphor for life in general. Like people come into your life and leave and there's no rhyme or reason, but they add something to it. I think I wrote a little bit more about that a little bit later, if I'm not mistaken, about how I feel like it just kind of mirrored life. But anyway, so it says they followed this woman and it wasn't long before they began to run into others. So this is on his way to this like purgatory place after the kid tells him how to get to the underworld. At first, people seemed glad to find other souls, their faces full of hope that someone would have answers. But the more and more people joined the line, it became evident that there were no answers among the dead. And the line grew, first dozens, then hundreds, the procession stringing out from floating boulders and stones, disappearing into the foggy gloom, everyone and everything dull shades of gray. Many souls appeared scared, confused, mumbling, sobbing, but most wore a grim mask, the face of people on a sinking ship, marching quietly, clinging to some small bit of hope that good answers lay ahead. And that was kind of the first part of the story were just these people trying to figure out what the hell is going on. You just wake up dead in this place and nobody knows where to go or what to see. There's like big monsters that are coming down and eating people. It just freaked me out. The idea of that's your forever, it really freaked me out. Oh, okay. Well, I hope the chat is working for everyone else. I'm not sure if it's an issue on my side or what, but I'm glad it's working now. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I did picture her giant as well at the Spider Lady at first. Man, this would be a crazy movie to see. Oh, okay. I guess I just pictured the whole thing as purgatory, but they didn't actually go to hell like in the story, right? American gods? I don't think so. American gods. Oh. No, I have not read this. Ow! But is that the author that wrote Coraline? Yeah, you wouldn't go to heaven or hell unless you actually believed. Yeah, but almost like the kid, like the little babies that are stuck in this purgatory place. I don't know if that's better. I don't know if being stuck in purgatory is any better, you know? Oh, interesting. No, I haven't. I just read Coraline for the very first time. I've never read anything from that author. I never saw the movie, nothing. And I just read Coraline for the first time, and it's a creepy book. I'm like, this is for kids. This would have traumatized me if I read this as a child. But it was a spooky book, so I'm sure that that one's spooky too. Yeah, okay, so you have all these lost souls. They're scared. There's monsters. There's babies crying alone. I wrote that it felt like it's a big bit of Greek mythology mixed with Dante's Inferno with a sprinkle of H.P. Lovecraft. It's kind of has a bit of everything. And I also feel like it's a little Paradise Lost too. Only because from what I remember, again, it's been a long time since I was in college, but from what I remember from Paradise Lost, heaven is like this military base. It's not like this beautiful, wonderful, happy place. And that's what reminded me of that. It's very much so like not exactly what you would expect heaven to be. Oh, I thought this was interesting though. How did you guys feel about the mix of mythology? So you had like Greek mythology, but then you also had Egyptian mythology, and then you also had these ancient gods, and then they also talked about the newer like one gods. How did you guys feel about the mix of everything all together in the book? Oh. Okay, well, you just answered a question that I definitely had for the end of the story, too. Okay, that actually changes how I feel about the ending of the book. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I thought it was an interesting concept because, yeah, I mean, obviously, here on Earth, people do worship a variety of different gods, and they have since the beginning of time. And I thought it was such an interesting, I thought it was interesting that he even touched on that topic, because how do you talk about every god that ever exists? You know what I mean? So I think, is this it? Yes, but which god? All have hopes that the afterlife will somehow be an orderly place. Death is madness and chaos. 100 gods fighting over the dead. Sense, reason, fairness. They're all foreigners here. Yeah, I just thought that that was at first I was like, wait, why are we having all this different mythology? It kind of threw me off in the beginning. And then I read that and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, duh, because it's not just, you know what I mean? Like, he's not like, oh, one person's right. It's just one god and one afterlife. It's messy, just the way that life is, you know? I really liked that. I liked the mix too. Yeah. Oh, you started the Autumn Springs. I just finished my Cozy Mystery, so I'll start that one today. My friend really liked it, so I think it'll be good. I mean, it's Philip Fracassi, please. I dream about Boys in the Valley. Boys in the Valley, yeah. Constantly, so I'm sure it'll be great. And I haven't read a Philip Fracassi book that I haven't liked, so. Yes, and how interesting that it's these lost gods that are fighting for the souls in purgatory. Because now it's these one gods that are ruling, I guess, other realms, supposedly. So, yeah, how cool is that? How cool that you could just go to purgatory and meet all these lost gods. But yeah, I really liked the way that he lumped it all together. Okay, but this is what kind of gave me the existential dread reading this. You have bodies that are hung for like, they're like, oh, have I been here for days, decades, years, centuries? I don't know. And then you have other people who are being paid to be hung on crosses, hoping that they will atone for their sins and be able to make it out of this purgatory. You have people who are stabbed, chained, beaten, bodies dropped in rivers, souls doomed for eternity. There's a lot going on here. What is the worst part of this purgatory, do you think? Like, what part did you get to where you were like, oh, this is the worst part of the story for me. This is my hell. Yeah, and then even when it does end, like, you can still die, and then no one knows what happens to you when you do die. But they know it's not good. But they don't know where you go or what do you mean? Just the existential dread reading this was just off the charts. Morella. 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 Yeah, and I feel like that was also kind of it too, because Chet was kind of forced to just make do with what he had. Morella! Hey, knock it off. And so I feel like there were, maybe I touch on this later in my notes, but yeah, you're all just stuck there. And to what end? Because at least in Chet's case, at least he has an end goal. He doesn't know what he's going to do after it, but at least for the time being, he's like, I have to find my grandfather and get a key. Everyone else in this purgatory is just like, what do I do? Where do I go? And then there's these, what do they call them? Green coats, the like military operation that's just going around causing havoc, murdering people, doing things against the rules. That's crazy. That's crazy that it didn't scare his daughter, because it freaked me out. And I'm a full ass adult. Oh, I was terrified. I just didn't want to admit it. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Yeah, I could see that. That book's creepy. I guess I should watch the movie. I know a lot of people really like the movie. Hello, that's okay. You're not that late. We really haven't talked. I mean, we got a lot to go through. The part where they come across the mirrors and found people, oh yeah, just staring into them and wasting away and seeing their past selves creep me out. Yes, oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. So this is what I was saying, cuz I feel like there's more to the story than just the story. I feel like it touches on evil and violence and corruption and even things like addiction with that, where you're stuck in the mirror and you're looking and you're wasting your life away, but it feels good, so you keep doing it. So I felt like there were a lot of things below the surface that you could read into as well. And that's what I was saying. It does kind of mirror life in those ways. There's a lot of things going on in the story that we see in life, from just running into people and then never seeing them again to like, overbearing military force to what I interpreted as addiction, but I guess you can interpret it in different ways. But yeah, that part was so creepy. And yeah, they're just wasting their eternity just staring into mirrors. Um I think that one was is a republish. I think it was out before, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but that's the thing that sucks about this book, because what is a better option? And especially if you don't have the answers, sure, you can off yourself, but you have no idea what happens after. And then you're stuck in that. And that was another thing that I thought was interesting, because the characters are forced to kind of, like I said, make do with what they had. For example, the other kid, I can't remember his name, but the guy who came across with them, the guy who was in a wheelchair in real life, in like life when he was alive, and then he died and he could walk again. He saw that as a positive. He's like, this is better than what I had before. Like, everyone's fighting their own battles, everyone has their own path, and everyone has different cards that they're dealt, and you just have to make your own decisions and do what you can with what you were given, you know? I thought that was such an interesting part of the story. Is they're stuck in purgatory, and most people around them are like, this is the worst thing ever, people are, dying everywhere, and this kid's like, this is better than life when I was alive. But yeah, it's so hard because she was unhappy, but also, what's the alternative? I don't know that there's not really a better option. Yeah, you think you're free once you die, then you get sent to this place, and then you have to obey other people. Exactly. It's just life all over again. I mean, really. There's a whole like hierarchy of gods and people. Sorry, this is so squeaky. Of gods, and then other people, and then these like military people that are just causing chaos. Yeah, exactly. It's all about control. Yes. Which isn't that life? You know what I mean? Like you already have some level of control in this region where a lot of people don't have any control over what's going on, and still you want more. Still there's always more. And that's all it is. It's about power. And even the people that start off trying to defeat the gods to make things more equal, they still end up doing it for the wrong reasons and for their own personal benefits, you know? Yes, exactly. Carlos openly admits it, but the colonel, he does the same thing. 100%. That's exactly who I was thinking of, the colonel. He says that he's doing things for the betterment of the afterlife, but really he's making deals with demons. Who is he actually helping? Yeah, yeah, there's just a lot going on in this story. Oh, sorry. Yes, the goal isn't to be free of the god, it's to become them. Yeah. And isn't that just like life where people that have just the little bit of power, they just want more and more and more. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I thought so. I thought I'd seen that one before. I haven't read it, so it'll probably be more easily accessible. Wait, this is hilarious. It's a full moon, so I'm gonna go do werewolf shit. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, that's hilarious. Is it really a full moon tonight? How do I find that? Oh, here. Oh, yeah, it is a full moon. Spooky! That's so funny. Oh, that cracked me up. That's another thing that's interesting too, is because it proves that they have the power to make things better. Like if they all worked together, if they all coexisted, if they all added to a bit of society, you know, like there are people who have different powers and could help people in different ways, they could build a better life. This is what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's such it's so parallel to real life, because if we all work together we could make things better, but we don't, because any people who are in power, they don't care. They're not trying to make a better world, they're just trying to get what they want, more of what they want. What's a snow moon? What's a snow moon? Yeah. I don't know how anybody works in a hospital on not a full moon. Oh, that cracked me up. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, and then I feel like there's just a lot of kind of parallels that it follows. Just, you know, the Colosseum fights to wars to this and that. And I don't know, I just felt like there was more to it than just this amazing story of this underworld. What? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it had a special name. Interesting. Or is that supposed to make you think, wow, this only happened in 3 days? Imagine what eternity in this world is like. Yeah, people on top that you would consider evil, they don't see themselves as evil. And I'm sure that they do think, oh, I'm helping the world, you know? Yeah, they think they're doing the right thing. Yeah, but what deals with demons are they making? Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I guess that is true. It's like an infinitely large place, but also we're only shown this portion of it. I get what you're saying, but I think for me it was more, it made me think, wow, this really has only been a short time in this purgatory. Well, I guess it wasn't just a few days though, because what's her face gave birth to the baby. I guess she was already like pretty pregnant, so maybe that's not a good judge of time either. But I feel like time also is probably skewed down there, right? It can't be like a normal 24-hour cycle. They don't sleep really. I mean, they can rest, but they don't have to sleep. So, I don't know. But yeah, it made me think they just probably have an infinite amount of land and everything's happening in this little of a space. I can't even imagine what else is going on. This is just what they've seen to get this key. Yes. Yes. Definitely. That's where I think the existential dread comes in. Yeah, just think about that. Think about you're dead and you wake up and you're like, okay, finally that's over. What the fuck? There's monsters. People are just as corrupt, just as evil. Yeah. Oh, interesting. And then you mentioned being buried too. But 2 days on Earth doesn't mean that it's 2 days in the underworld. At least from my interpretation, from what I was thinking. It may have been 2 days for us, but for them. And I think that's why one of the guys hanging says, how long have I been here? A day, a week, a century? I don't know. Because I don't think that time works in the same. But I get what you're saying. Obviously, if you're reading the book, you're kind of expecting it to be some sort of linear timeline because that's how we function as humans. But yeah. Hello, welcome. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you're world building, man. I mean, this is just a crazy feat. And what he says at the end too, like his little wrap up at the end when he was saying, I would answer one question and 10 other questions would arise. Okay, well, what are the laws? What are the rules? What happens? Can you die in hell? You know, you answer one and then you're like, oh crap, now I have to figure out this and that. So yeah, things probably aren't going to feel, we're probably not going to understand the world fully. And thank goodness, because I don't want to be there. Did you guys like the description of the underworld? Because a lot of it was things that we could picture in our heads. Mountains, caves. You know what I mean? Did you guys like that aspect of it? Did you think the story was interesting enough that he didn't have to create parts of the underworld that we couldn't visualize, that weren't almost like Earth? I guess it feels like he was walking through Earth. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I felt too. Things are just different down there, you know? This is so funny. I just randomly opened to this page, kind of going off what you were saying, waking up. This, I don't even know who's talking here, but it says, thought death was the end, and fuck you, hallelujah, if this shit doesn't keep going and going. Here we go. Oh, okay. So you liked more the imaginative aspects, like the statues and the eyes and the iron golems and things like that. You like things outside of the normal world that made you feel like you were in a different place. Interesting. Okay. And then you loved it. It was very visual. The descriptions of the demons being so different. Yeah. Got you. Okay. I see what you're saying. Um, yeah, I mean, and that's true. That is what the story was. Go and get this key. Really, that you could boil down the story to. This man has to go to the underworld to grab a key. That is what happens. And then along the way, he's met with all these different obstacles. He's stolen and used as a slave and has to fight gladiator style against these monsters. And he meets different gods. And yeah. Yeah, I get what both of you are saying. I think it was a good mix. I feel like it would have been 1,000 pages if he had to describe every single thing, and if he couldn't just easily be like, we were climbing mountains while demons were chasing them, you know? So I feel like he did a good job balancing the two, where it was enough world building where you can get a visual of what's going on, but it wasn't like a pages and pages and pages of descriptions of just them walking over a mountain. But yeah, I guess that is true that the simple idea of the story isn't necessarily anything new. And even the idea of like going through purgatory, obviously Dante's Inferno. Although those were the rings of hell. So I feel like it's a little bit different. I feel like this was a bit, but you get what I'm saying. I guess the general idea has been done before, but I think it was his storytelling that really brought it to life. Yeah, see, and I don't know anything about fantasy because I really hate fantasy. Yeah, I mean, and that can probably be said for anything realistically. If you boil down a horror book, it's like a guy kills people. Yeah, it's been done before. But I feel like it's the storytelling that keeps you engaged, the characters, whatever it is that writer does differently. Oh, you had a hard time with that angel guy. I thought he was the weakest, and I thought Chet wasn't nice to Joshua because the little boy ghost was so sad and he helped Chet too. Yes, that is true. I did feel sad for Joshua too, but he ended up getting his ending. Well, I get what you're saying, the boy ghost, the little scared ghost. Yeah. But also, I will say that you're meant to think that the whole time that Chet is helping this angel, getting this key to help the angel to kill his grandmother to save his pregnant girlfriend. And we don't learn that the angel is bad until way far into the story. So I get what you're saying. He definitely wasn't like a well-rounded character or anything. But if we learned more about him, I don't think it would have been a surprise. Or maybe it wasn't a surprise to you. I don't know. But I think it was supposed to be a surprise that this angel is not good. But I totally agree, because when the book was ending and that little, I was like, you're stuck, you're keeping this little boy stuck in the graveyard. And the little boy's like, wait, don't kill him. I want to go home. I want to find my mom. And Chet's like, too bad, bitch. But he ended up finding his way home. I think this was to fantasy what most thrillers are to you. Oh gosh. I had to read it 100 times over. Been a very unique world. So you're saying positive or negative? I think this was to fantasy what most thrillers are to you. Meaning like you've read it, you've been there, done that kind of thing. It wasn't anything new that stood out for you. And that's fair too. And like I said, I'm not well versed in fantasy whatsoever. But I will say too, it impressed me that he was able to keep my attention even when things did feel a little fantasy. If I just picked up a fantasy book, I don't think I could have stayed invested. So he's under the grandmother's, well, I don't know. He says he's under the grandmother's spell, but it does seem like he's also making that decision to stay with her too. And he is also sucking the blood of the children. So he is bad, but how far bad, I think there's a little bit of, your own interpretation in there, because I don't know that we're really given fully that answer. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so you guys all kind of feel the same. He was just kind of this. Yeah, we got a little bit of description in him at the beginning, but mostly it was just he's gaunt, he's sick looking. We don't really get a good visual of who he is. But also to me, I feel like he was just a stand-in for, I don't know. I just feel like there's more to the story than just the story. So for me, he was a representation of something that's obviously good, but can make their own decisions and be bad as well. I gotta get a new desk. But I get what you guys are saying. We don't get much of him at all. Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, and that's fair. Especially if you read fantasy, I could totally see. And honestly, when I started it too, I thought, man, Dante's Inferno is one of my favorite books ever. I'm not gonna like this. I went into it being like, this is gonna not... But it was very different, and it actually does surprise me. Oh, I get what... Okay. Yes. Yeah, like how he was able to do what he did, or yeah, I guess I don't remember fully how he was described or what happened to him or how he became like a fallen angel, right? Because he came to Earth and then she trapped him there. But I don't know how he got there, or I get what you're saying. There are some pieces of the puzzle that are missing. I also thought it was interesting that we got pieces of people's past, like Anna, Carlos, and then the babies that are stuck there. Should all of these people be equally damned? It was also really interesting to think about that on a base level, looking at Anna, and you're like, okay, she killed her kid, so she goes to this purgatory place. But then you look at Carlos and you're like, but that's an actual evil person. Anna and Carlos are not the same. Anna is determined to give up her life in purgatory to try to do better. Carlos will do nothing but try to destroy people's lives after their lives, lives after lives. This was an interesting thing to contemplate. Should these people be equally all damned in the same place? Anna, the babies, Carlos. Yes, yeah, that's what like, okay, so he was there to show that even though shown as symbols of good can be tainted and tempted. Yes. She lured him, but he also, I feel like, does have he can make his own decisions in some capacity. I know that she's tempted, but also who else is tempted that didn't suck children of their blood, you know? Makes you wonder if there's anyone. Wow, okay, this actually I hadn't thought of. It makes you wonder if there's anyone who gets to heaven or hell at all. That is, ooh, that just gave me goosebumps because we don't know. We don't get shown any of that. I guess technically everyone could end up in purgatory and no one would know. And you would have these people, oh, this is so fucked up. You have these people that are willingly being nailed to crosses, hoping that they'll atone for their sins to go to a better place. But maybe there is nothing better. Maybe that's it. That is such a great point that I hadn't even considered reading the story. And I feel like, too, obviously, there is some sort of religious aspect to the story. How could it not be? It's all about these different gods. But I feel like the point is, you don't need all of that to be a decent person. You know what I mean? Like, you can, not that you don't need religion, but I'm saying, like, regardless of whether you have religion or not, that doesn't change who you are deep inside, you know? But, oh, what a creepy thought. I had not even considered that. Maybe there is nothing else. Maybe that's it. And everyone's just stuck in this purgatory. Oh, yeah, so Anna and Carlos both didn't believe in God, so they automatically got sent there. Right, exactly. Exactly. So the people, but then if she were to be like, oh, okay, sorry, and believe in something else, then, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, then those gods are, it's still about power. If you're not willing to give your life for that god, then he shuns you in this story. So I guess it depends on, I guess it just revolves around on if you believe in a god or not. If you're willing to worship someone, then they'll take you in. But if you're not, then they won't. But that doesn't mean you're a good or bad person. Because again, the babies end up in purgatory too. So it says nothing about the person. It's all about power. You know, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's more than just the underlying story. I don't even remember him calling humans hairless monkeys. That's true. I don't even remember him saying that. That's so funny. What an ass. But can I tell you, the satisfaction I felt when Carlos finally got what he deserved? Oh, it felt so good. I don't know if there's been a time where I felt that vindicated when a character has gotten what they deserved before. Well, that is also true too. You think, how did I end up here? But then you get told along the way, like, oh, well, you didn't worship anyone, so you're stuck with us forever. I thought Anna was religious because her child was in heaven. Oh. Well, he was baptized. That's why he went to heaven. I think it was her partner that insisted her child get baptized. Yeah. Oh, or that, or she was religious and because, yeah, she took her own life, then she went to purgatory. That could be too. I don't remember her religious views, but I do think I remember that it was her partner who wanted to baptize the child. Yeah, quick. One moment, I don't know if this is working. Oh.
Yeah.
It said something weird, but maybe it's okay?
What said weird?
This, something weird popped up here, but I think it's actually okay.
Okay.
Sorry. It says something about an encoder. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yes, exactly. There was a whole idea about finding your purpose, and the idea of what redeems you is yourself. Oh, I love that. Yes. Okay, I thought it said something weird. Cool. Okay, didn't even have to do anything. Yes, exactly. And even the people that are stuck in this purgatory afterlife that doesn't seem too fun, even they can find a purpose and have somewhat of a life after life. I don't know. Okay, I thought that the most disturbing part of this book though was this. I think it was the babies. The babies really fucked me up. And you would think that if there were, I mean, there are tons of gods. We're not just criticizing one god here. We're talking about every god that has existed in all of humanity. They're willing to turn their backs on a baby because the baby hasn't vowed allegiance to them. Oh, this part messed me up. So it says, purgatory is full of children in need of mothers. Oh yeah, Anna's baby was baptized. Juan had insisted on it, even against her protest. Now she found herself thanking God that he was. Okay. Purgatory is full of children in need of a mother. Do they grow? I mean, do they grow up down here or do they stay like this? They never grow up, never understand what has happened to them. But they do bond. They want what any child wants, to be held, to be talked to be loved. What's going to become of these children? That will be up to the river you will see soon. Are you joking? So these babies are just forced into purgatory. They never grow up. They can never understand. They can never learn. They're just left there because no God will take them in because the baby hasn't proved themselves worthy in some way. How fucked up is that? Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, the babies, that got me. Those babies mess me up, man. We're good now? You can hear me now? Let me know. It's hard to tell if everything's working fine on my end. Okay, good. So yeah, I think that was the most messed up part for me. These babies that never grow up, they never learn anything, they're just stuck. It's messed up, man. That's messed up. And again, like this whole book, the gods just want power the same that anybody else does. There's no one in this book is being good just to be good, you know? It's pretty messed up. Yeah, that is true, but also they don't even. This is what freaks me out. They don't even know what happens once you go in the river. No one has answers. So obviously, yeah, the hope is that they get to do something else, but I don't know. It just feels like there's never any other good options. It just sucks. All of it sucks. But yeah, hopefully they get to move on to something. Okay, so yeah, this is where I wrote, it's more of a metaphor for life. People coming in and out of your life, never seeing you again, the unfairness of it all, making friends where you can, the power dynamics, blah, blah, blah. What did you guys think about the religious aspect of the book, or the book title, Lost Gods? Did you think that it was even about religion, or did you think that it was more about life and he just used this idea of lost gods as a metaphor for, you know, life and stuff? Oh yeah, Cosmic Core. So I'm not really sure if there was a comment on religion in general, or if it was just more about life in general. Oh, this is a good one. Ma'am. Marilla says that she will send you all to purgatory if you don't worship her. Oh, Marilla. Oh, Marilla. Oh, Richard, I was going to ask, I uploaded the video, but I wasn't sure if it uploaded onto the Discord. Did it not work? Hold on, let me open it. It may not have worked. Your message failed. Yeah, okay. Again, I'll have to ask Brian why it's not uploading. Because I tried to upload it from my computer and it didn't work. So then I tried to upload it from the app and I thought it went through. But now that you're saying that, I'm like, okay, it probably didn't go through. Oh, I think one of yours was selected. The Wicker Man? I think that was yours, right? Oh, interesting. Yeah, or maybe it's just our own ideas that makes them benevolent, just in the same way that we think angels are good and that angel proved us wrong. Okay, the original. Yeah, that's what they thought. Let me tell you what the other one was. Sorry, I should have known it wasn't going to work because it didn't work on the computer, but I just thought maybe my computer wasn't working. And the other one was the Wolf House. I'm not sure whose selection that was. So the Wolf House and Wicker Man. But again, I'll upload the video in after this. Oh, notes. And then did you guys like the ending? And you guys already said that that was kind of the purpose of the book, was like finding your own meaning and your own reason to live even if you're not alive. God, how bad would that suck? I'd be so pissed if I woke up and I was like, we just have to do the same thing, but with demons around. This sucks. This was my life. I already have a demon. So for those of you who didn't read the book or finish it, I will be giving the ending away if you care. Oh, okay. That one was yours. I wasn't sure which the other one was. Wait, so then that means that those are both 12 o'clock times. Maybe we'll do a different one. Yeah, and no pets. I didn't even think about that. We can have that weird unicorn thing, but yeah, no pets. Fuck that. No dogs? No dogs in the afterlife? Are you kidding me? You know that I forget what it's called, thing that happened online where people thought the end was coming, where they were gonna be taken up to heaven. I forget the word. I don't know any religious jargon, but do you know what I'm talking about? The like mass hysteria within the last year where people thought that they were gonna be lifted to heaven. Anyways, some of those people were trying to have other people take their pets. I'm like, if you don't think there are dogs in heaven, bitch, I'm not going. That is not heaven. No, the rapture. Y2K. Yeah, thank you, the rapture. Can you imagine that? There were people legitimately like, hey, if I'm not here on Sunday, could you come in and pick up my dog? If you think that start floating up and I don't immediately grab Mosley, that's insane. Oh, that's true. And they make like beasts and stuff. See, that's the thing. This place could be cool if they let it. Like, imagine the gods just making little dogs to make everyone happy. And cats. But nope, everyone has to ruin everything. But yeah, could you imagine a freaking heaven with no dogs? Does not exist. That's insane. That is not a place I want to be. Can I help you, ma'am? And you already answered my question, because I did have a question about the ending on where he was going. Oh yeah, so for those of you who didn't finish the ending, this is what happens. He gets the key. He learns that his grandfather wasn't actually a bad guy. Sure, he murdered his own children, but it was because they were little demonic creatures. So anyway, he gets the key from his grandfather. His grandfather dies, but then there's also some ambiguity to that. Some people say, oh, well, I don't think his story's finished yet. And then when he goes to cross back over the river, it says that there's a man behind him. So I took that as his grandfather's still around somehow. Anyway, so he ends up going back, killing his grandmother. But before he kills her, her soul goes into the baby. So he kills, much like his grandfather, his own baby. And at first I was like, wow, I just read 500 pages for you to save your baby and then you just chop her head off? I was a little, oh no. Oh no, it's working. I was a little, I don't know. How did you guys feel about the ending? Did you guys like it? Did you not? I guess it's good in that not everything goes the way that you want. Not everything's perfect. Not everything works out. So I guess I liked that part of it. But it did feel a little like, wow, I just read 500 pages for you to do this one thing, and you didn't even do that one thing. Did you guys like the ending? Bless you. Oh, they were people's souls turned into animals. Oh yeah, I guess that's not that's not great. I wouldn't want a person dog. Yeah. All right. All right, you got me. I also like the idea that if you feed souls to the people in purgatory, that they transform and become monsters. I thought that was neat. What? What can I help you with? What can I do for you? Are you being very extra sweet? You want to come here? Have you eaten enough souls for the day? Souls of young children? Oh my god, she is the grandmother in the story, I just realized. My cat. What do you think? Yeah. That's true. It would have been nice to have her suffer a little bit. And also he just, I don't know, he shanks her or something, and then she just goes to the room and puts her soul into the baby, and yeah, you're right. Is she still in the baby when he goes back to the underworld or no? Yeah, because all the kids are following her, right? I don't know. I just felt a little... not disappointed, but like, I mean, his whole thing was like, I'm gonna do whatever I can for my kid, and he still failed. I don't know, kind of messed up. And then my question was, why does he go to that place that like it's the place of heroes or whatever. But then you already told me he had the key so he can have his daughter go to heaven. So that's nice. I thought I wasn't sure why he was going there. So he was trying to save his daughter's soul, which I guess is good. But then also, like, I don't know, the whole thing too, he was very, you know, my wife, anything for my wife. And then it seemed like he was very just like, hey, you're going to have to move on after this. I'm going to go back to hell and hang out with Anna. I don't know. It seemed very like she definitely got the short end of the stick with this whole thing. And at the end, he's like, you're just going to have to move on. All right, bud. Well, her entire family was just murdered. So what do you want her to do? I felt bad for his pregnant girlfriend. All in all, though, what did you guys end up rating the book? But then does he just, that's just where he brings his daughter? Because even Anna says, oh, do you want to help us find the souls of children? And he's like, oh, maybe I'll be back or something. I don't know. So does he just drop his daughter off, or does he go with her? I'm not really sure. But I don't know. What's your final rating for the book? I ended up giving it, I think I gave it, actually, I think I wrote what I gave it. Oh no, I didn't. I think I just rated it a 4-star. I rate it here? No. Yeah, I think I just rated it a 4. Oh, you rated it a 4 too. Yeah, I feel like it's the world building phenomenal. Not typically what I would pick up to read, given that it felt a little bit more fantasy. But I mean, when I got to the end, I was like, I don't want to leave this world. Tell me more. Oh, a 5. That's awesome. Hey, that's fair, yeah. If you connect with the characters and... That is fair. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I very rarely give out 5-star books, but 5-star reads. So I feel like there's probably more books that deserve 5 stars that maybe I don't give 5 stars to. But I feel like that's fair. Okay, I'm gonna move this so... Okay, no, I don't think it went out. You enjoyed the beginning, but it was very long. Interesting. It started off a little bit slow for me, but I did like... I think I liked the second half actually more. I've never read the Harry Potter books. I don't even think... I've seen maybe 1 movie. Maybe 2. A 4.75. Yeah, very visual. Yeah. That's fair. That is a fair argument. You know, I really hadn't considered that. Yeah, but that is the entire book should be, I mean, he should be running on the revenge of killing his grandmother. And yeah, you're right. It was over pretty quickly. So that's a fair thing, I think. 4.5. I change my ratings over time too. Sometimes I rate a book and then half a year later I'm like, that is not all what I would have rated it. Because you're mad at the child ghost for being ghosted. Yeah, I feel like definitely his wife got fucked over the most. And yeah, if Chet's like going out of his way to be nice and this little ghost boy's like, wait, help me find my mom. He's just like, deal with it yourself. That is pretty messed up. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, I would totally have read a second one of this too, just because I loved the world building so much. So here's a list of Goodreads cosmic horror books if you guys want to take ideas from this. Ooh, The Mist. Wait, this is a novel, is it? 2 Terrifying Classics. I thought so. So if you guys want to get some ideas for the cosmic horror section, like if you're not sure what to put in, but otherwise I will take your suggestions. I'm just going through and seeing if I've read any of these. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I guess there's some of these that I would not have even connected to cosmic horror. A lot of Cthulhu-ish books. What's this? Interesting. Anyway, okay. So somebody said faux. So do you want to recommend that one for book club, The Ballad of Black Tom? House on Borderland. Hodgson. Some by Ramsey Campbell. Okay, I'll put... Do you want all of them by Ramsey Campbell, or do you just want a specific, to read a specific one? Okay. Oops. Yes, okay, I'm so glad somebody put The Fisherman. Oh, of course it was you. We're on the same wavelength. Yeah. Water. Okay, no problem. Just because sometimes if you've read a book, you're like, oh, I don't want to reread it for book club, you know? So I was just making sure. Okay. Oh, wait, no. The ballad. Ballad of Black Tom. Cool. Okay, cool. Oh, darkest part. You know, I have a bunch of Ramsey Campbell books. I don't know if I've ever read them. Did I miss any? Okay, that's good to know. Under the skin. The monk for Nat, of course. we'll just throw the monk in every single one. Eventually, we will read that one. Gosh darn it. I haven't read it yet because I know it's gonna get picked for a book club eventually. Okay, yeah, I saw that one on the list and it has really good ratings. That Lovecraft Country one. Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft Country. Matt Ruff. Cool. Ooh, I'm gonna see if this one. Let me see if this one's. No, I'm not interested in your stupid AI thing, Google. Cosmic Horrors. Has anybody read The Cosmology of Monsters? I've been wanting to read that, but I don't know if I want to put it on the list because you guys recommended a lot of good stuff, so. Yeah, I should probably film that today, Richard. I haven't picked it yet, but I was trying to think, what book did I pick for my TBR for this month? Do you remember? What was the... I know one of them was a sports romance, but what was the one that we actually picked? I don't remember. Do you want to add that one, the Under the Skin? The Wendigo. Yeah, I have no idea what the TBR thing for this month was. I'm trying to remember. It wasn't the color one. That was December. What the frick was it? I should keep them out so I can easily find them. Oh, it was the last book on your that you put on your TBR. That's what it was, I think. Which I don't even know what I picked for that. Oh, probably that book, the Tess Gerritsen one. I don't know. But yeah, I will do that one today, the TBR. Yeah. That's it. I think I just read the Tess Gerritsen book, the like number 8 or something in the series. Which I knew I was going to enjoy, so... I'm just glad I didn't have to read a sports romance. Who wrote this? Michael... Oh, actually, that's not Michael. There's no A. Mitchell? Aliens works. Aliens is perfect. Okay, so we got lots of choices here. I kind of want to add this Cosmology of Monsters book, but I don't know if it's, I'm not sure if it's good, so I don't want to pick a book if it's not good. It has a 3.74. I guess even if I pick it, it doesn't mean that it's going to get picked, you know? It just seems fun. But I've had it on my shelf forever. The Last Scary Movie. Oh, you know what we did? We do movie nights on Discord, and we watched Repulsion. That was our last pick. A Roman Polanski movie. Should I add it, you think? Black Mouth. Oh, that's such a good one. Love that book. That's still my favorite Ronald Malfi book. I love that one. Okay, fine. I'll put Cosmology of Monsters. Every time I say that, I want to say Cosmetology of Monsters. And then, as always, I will put the video, like the little selection on Instagram so people could recommend more books over there, people that couldn't make it to the live stream. And then the wheel of names will decide our fate and select 6 options. And then those 6 options I bring to Patreon, and the Patreon people decide the final book. Dun dun dun. I know, Cosmology of Monsters, or Cosmetology. It's just monsters like doing hair. Be the best book ever. All right, you can blame me only because I blame you if anything ever goes wrong, Richard. I always say it's your fault no matter what, so I guess you can blame me if it's bad. What is it, little demon? What is it? Oh, do you guys hear her little meow? Oh, you're so cute. Do you guys have any plans for this weekend? Have you guys watched any good horror movies? I feel like, honestly, the only horror movies I watch are on the Discord. The Dean Koontz category or the Dean Koontz book? The Intensity book or... I know, it's late for you. Understandable. It was an interesting movie, but there will be others. But now that we have the 2 picks were from our UK people, so we're gonna have to have 2 movie nights that are early, both book and category. Oh yeah, but I will say though, Intensity was picked multiple times, so I couldn't fully blame you for that. Like, quite a few people on Instagram recommended it. So it's not all your fault, it's just partially your fault. I don't even know what that is. Iron lung. I'm so out of the... No. American science fiction horror movie. Plot. In the future, where humanity has colonized space, an event called Quiet Rapture severs all contact with colonized planets without warning. Humanity is on the brink of extinction. Dun dun dun. I have not even seen this. I don't know what this is. I feel like I read so much that I just don't watch movies anymore. Hardly ever. I just watched Sinners and this one, where people run like this. Weapons. But I'm so out of the movie. And then I did watch The Housemaid because we read that for my girls' book club. And so I went and saw the movie with them. But yeah, my friends are watching that and they like that Welcome to Derry. I haven't started it. I cannot watch TV show. I don't know what it is, but the moment a TV show turns off for me, it ceases to exist. I will never come back to it again. I don't know what it is, no matter how good it was, it does not matter. It's very weird. I have it right here. I was thinking about reading it maybe for summer. It feels like a good summer type book. But I think last year I didn't read it because it didn't have the best ratings. But this year I'm like, I never agree with the ratings anyway, so what does it matter? And I really, really usually love deep sea stuff. So I think I will read this bad boy when it gets a little bit warmer. When it gets warmer, it's fucking 75 degrees. I love Reanimator. That's a good story too. Well, it's like a novelized story. That's a fun one. If you have a H.P. Lovecraft anthology, it's probably in there. It's a good one. Oh, you saw Iron Lung last night. Was it good? Cold storage. Like, what? What the fuck is that? Am I that? Am I that out of the loop? I've never heard of any of this. Oh, it's a horror comedy film. Interesting. A parasitic fungus that was sealed by the government escapes. Never even heard of this. 2026 horror movies. There's a werewolf one. There's a mummy one. 2026 mummy one? What? Scary Movie 6 is coming out this year. You have The Bride, a new Exorcist. Oh no, that's 2027. Terrifier 4. Ready or Not 2. The Strangers Chapter 3. I'm not seeing anything. An Insidious tale, like... Wait, like Insidious? A spin-off of the Insidious franchise. What? Norway. "28 Years Later." Clayface, whatever that is. The Containment. There's a Deep Water, a water horror movie in 2026? No way. Victorian Psycho. Oh my god, I can't fucking wait. When is this one supposed to be out? Dude, I'm gonna lose my mind when this movie comes out. Does it have a release date yet? February 4th? February... Is this coming out February 4th? No, February 4th, 2025. The novel. Okay, whew. I almost had a heart attack. I was like, wait, how did I not know? It just says 2026. Okay. God, I cannot wait for that movie. Holy shit. I'm gonna lose my mind. What's this? Disclosure Day? Got a lot coming up. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like I never watch them until all the hype has passed, and I'm just so out of the loop with horror movies, which is weird because I used to watch every horror movie that came out and I was really up to date on everything, and now I'm like, I've never heard of anything. Yeah, I feel like that's part of it too, is you're just at home and there's other things to do. It's just less of an event. Like, you don't get ready and go to the movies and sit and watch with friends. It's kind of sad. Yeah, I feel like that's part of my thing too. Because if I'm going to watch a movie at home, I'm like, well, I'll just sit on my couch and read then. Oh, I can't wait for Victorian Psycho, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I hope it's going to be as brilliant as that book was. I gotta say, honestly, like every month at least this last year, I have thought about the Victorian Psycho book and been like, I want to reread that. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Although I will say I did go to a different theater when I watched The Housemaids, because the girls in my book club live like kind of far from me, so we met in the middle, and they had reclining seats. The seats heated up. I was like, oh, what is this? I'll never go to another theater again. So after finding that, I'm like, okay, that might be worth going to a theater for that. Heated seats? Are you kidding me? That's amazing. I was telling Brian that I really miss drive-in movies. Or, well, I don't know if any of you guys are from LA, but in summer, I've never gone, but they do have movie nights at a cemetery, the Hollywood Cemetery, and everyone just brings blankets and you sit outside and watch a movie. Also in LA, they have rooftop movies where you go to different rooftops and watch movies on a rooftop. That's the kind of stuff that I miss. That's very true. Yeah, the book was so good that if they do it bad, you're going to be like, oh, you had everything right there. Oh, that's cool. Order food. I've never been to one where you can order food at, which I'm sure they have fancy ones in LA and stuff, but yeah, I've never gone to any one of those. But that's kind of nice because then it's like dinner and a movie and it's a whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. Movie theaters just like weird me out now. I'll only sit on the end so I don't have to sit by some random person. I don't know. I just feel like I don't like people anymore now. Like, it used to be fun to go to events and do things, and now I just want to be inside all day. Hello. A 3-course meal. That's crazy. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that could be annoying. That could get in the way a little bit. I can't even remember. During COVID, we had a bunch of pop-up drive-in movies that we'd go to, but now I can't think of any that are, I mean, probably if I searched it, just because LA is huge, I could probably find one, but we don't have like a drive-in place anymore. I've never liked people. Fair, fair. I used to really like going to movies and sitting with strangers and yeah, I just don't like that anymore. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe I'll do something for my birthday. My birthday's in next month, March. God, it's already February, guys. How? Oh, I have a question. Do you guys want I made a bingo card, a 2026 bingo card. Do you guys want me to post that? I know it's already a month away, but you can use the books that you read in January too. But I saw someone try to get a whole bingo card done in a year, and I was like, wait, that's so fun. I want to try that. So I made a horror bingo thing. Yeah, right? I would so much rather just curl up with Mosley and nap, honestly. Yes, but I mean, that is true that you miss out on that, but you also get to go walking in the moors. Like, who can say that? I'd trade that any day. Okay, I'll post it. Yeah, some people don't like when there's a bunch of people in the theaters and it's loud and stuff. But yeah, I could see that for sure. I could see that. My friend will not go to a movie theater with me because he will only go to a midday show in the tiniest theater ever because he cannot stand if anybody like talks or moves or any he gets so annoyed. But I will say that when I saw the Housemaid movie, that we went to a middle of the day showing and it was a small theater, but it was still freaking packed. Yeah, maybe I gotta get that house more one of these days. Primate? I don't even know what that is. Oh, wait, was that the horror movie with the monkey? Yeah, okay. Was that good? I saw that and I side-eyed it a little bit. That's what I miss. I remember seeing what was it? It was fuck, what's that movie called? Not Midsummer, but the other one. If I Google not Midsummer, but the other one, Summer, but the other one, will it know what I'm talking about? Hereditary. Oh my gosh, yes, it did know what I was talking about. I remember watching Hereditary in theaters. I won't give anything away, but in the pivotal moment in that movie, you could have heard a pin drop. It was like the most intense atmosphere of a movie theater I have ever experienced in my life. I do miss things like that. Or if everyone's scared at the same time, or everyone yells at the same time, or everyone laughs at the same time. I do miss that. And that was one of the best movies I've ever seen in theaters. And everyone was just holding their breath at the same time. It was amazing. Really? Huh. Maybe I shouldn't be so judgmental. I just saw a monkey and I was like, I'm out of here. They had a movie with a unicorn and now a monkey. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Yeah, and they also have a movie theater in LA where they play a bunch of old horror movies too. And we went and saw, this was years ago, but we went and saw The Shining, and it was so cool to be able to go and see that in theaters. But then you actually have to go to LA and walk through LA, and that place just sucks now. Every time I go there, I'm like, "Ugh, I gotta get out of here. Get me out of here." It was really awesome. That is so funny. I did not picture that movie being one that people would freak out over. Yeah, and even, yeah, like, Death of a Unicorn was fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm just judge it too quickly. I'm like, that doesn't seem for me. But maybe one day. Oh, Monkey Cujo. I guess that's true. I guess there are some animal movies that are good. Yeah, Psycho would be good. Yeah. I bet they still do that too. I just like cannot get myself to go to LA unless I have to go. I hate it. I hate it there. I hate it there. A lot of cool things to do, but having to go and park and walk around and ugh, it's just not how it used to be. Oh, it looks like they just actually are just playing new movies. Maybe it was just a random thing that they played The Shining. No, Richard, no, no, never again. You guys will not torment me with another horror movie like that. Is it? I honestly thought Dumplings was worse than what's the movie that everyone talks about that's so bad that we watched while being served dumplings? Ugh, no. No, I will never even eat a dumpling after watching that movie. Um, it's on. Everyone says it's like one of the most disturbing horror movies, and I thought Dumplings was 100 times worse. We watched it at night. Now I can't remember what it was called. Oh, was it this one? I think it was Martyrs. It's just like it's a horror movie that really, really fucked me up. No, I feel like it was way worse than Human Centipede. Way worse. I don't, but also I just am weird about food in general. So like eating gross things really messes me up. But yeah, they made me watch it and it was not good. It was not good. Oh yeah, I won't watch that one and I can stomach a lot of stuff. Yeah, that one messed me up. But we watched Martyrs and I was like, that wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. People made it out to be like the most disturbing movie ever. I was like, oh, that was fine. And then we watched Dumplings and I was like, no, no, please, no. Never again. Yeah, that movie still that movie still sticks with me. Thank you so much for whoever recommended that. I mean, it was a good movie, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it didn't mess with me the way that some other movies do. Okay, well, we got our cosmic horror for next month. Probably, I'm assuming I will put the thing on Instagram, and you guys will be able to vote on it. So probably by the 8th, and then we'll have a month to read it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, so I'm thinking March 8th will be our next book club. Does that work for you guys? March 8th. We'll do 12 p.m. And then also, for those of you who are reading, what do you call it? Big book, the big one, House of Leaves. I'm gonna pick reading that one up, but probably not until the beginning of March. So we'll do another live stream in March too, probably toward the end of the month for House of Leaves, and we'll read another 100 pages because we do really have to get House of Leaves done. So we'll have that too. Okay, cool. Then I will meet you back here on March 8th, and we will do daylight savings already. You guys, how is it already February? What the heck happened to January? Besides not feeling well in the whole month. Okay, cool. Yeah, we really got to get that one done. I'm determined to finish it. A killer Easter bunny. I would love that. I love books that revolve around holidays, so. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for chatting with me about Lost Gods today. Hopefully the camera quality was better since we got our new camera working here, so hopefully. And look, I didn't even have to get up and change the battery in the middle of it. Oh, what do you know? I know, I think we read it most of last year, just reading it little by little. We got to get to the end eventually. But I will see you guys soon. I promise I am going to upload a video sometime next week. But other than that, I shall post the book club once it's picked. I'll post it here. I'll post it on Instagram. I'll post it everywhere so you guys will see which book gets selected. And then we will have our next book club May 8th. But thanks, guys, for hanging out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Sunday day. Sunday, I guess, night for some of you. Yes, I will see you guys next time. And then for those of you on Patreon, I will be uploading the TBR video today. So I'll see you guys later today. But everyone else, I will see you guys soon. Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.